Hey folks, this is Lindsay Huddleston with Sports Psychology Solutions back in the building. What building am I in? Waverly, home of the Waverly Warriors. Over here hanging out with my good friend Aarien, AJ Johnson, and we're talking about a great fundraising tool and Snap-Raise, an organization he's a part of. He's been doing great things not only for the Waverly community, for the entire CAAC. So you talk about a broad swath. So AJ, before we get into everything, it's always a pleasure coming in contact with you. Still a great athlete. We were just talking offline about our battles down in the post, moving each other, moving around. But we were talking offline also about how you enjoy this work you're doing. So why don't you just kind of give us a little background so people who are watching this can say, well, who is this guy? What is he talking about? Let's talk about Snap-Raise and what you guys are doing.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Lansing. I went to Lansing Sexton.
Mm-hmm.
I played football and basketball there. I did a little track too. Okay. But then I went on to play football at Northwood University.
Okay.
So I went to Northwood University, and then I spent some time in Texas, in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow.
About 8 years.
What's Texas like?
Hot. But I mean, I loved it. Just seeing a city grow.
Strong economy. Real vibrant.
When they say President Bush took care of Texas, there was no recession in Texas.
Oh, wow.
I can honestly, I can say I saw that firsthand.
Oh, they kept moving. Said, we good down here. Wow.
Definitely.
So what made you come back from Texas?
Honestly, my daughter.
Okay.
My daughter being here.
How old is she now?
She's 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah, man. So just spending that time away from her, and her getting older and getting more involved in activities, I felt like it was time for me to
I just want to say something about that really quick. My daughter's 7, and I'll never forget my brother. He's since passed away, but I remember he had children, and talking about recession, it was a tough time post Hurricane Katrina back in Detroit, and he was thinking about trying to find work, and I was like, why don't you just go down south and get involved with that? And he kept saying, man, I have kids. And I was like, well, if you're going to do something for your kids, okay. He said, you don't understand. And now that I have a daughter, I get it. I got partners in Atlanta. And man, you need to be down here. You need to be down here. I said, that's cool and all, but I got to be close to home. So I get that. And I just wanted to comment on that part about people not really understanding how we make our moves, even though there may be potential opportunity elsewhere, but you want to be close to your family.
And it's funny you say that, because I went down to visit Dallas this January, last month, and I kind of finally had that closure, like, you know what? It was good, but that chapter is over, and I'm good,
And you had to go down there and kind of process that.
Yeah, I had to go process that. My father still lives there. My siblings, still live there, so I still have some family down there. Right. But I got a chance to kind of spend some time alone, and when I did that, I was able to reflect and kind of just come to that. Okay, I was always wondering, like, I need to get back. I need to get back. I need to get back here, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be able to take my daughter to school, and be involved, with her on a regular basis, and not have to, see her every few months or so, things like that. So definitely.
Strong as you talk about us being strong, playing ball physically, but when it comes to our babies, man, we get real weak. Quick.
Listen, okay, I try to say no, and she even knows. She's like, I'm gonna get what I want. So I'm like, you know what?
But to that point, my daughter, I was with her at home, and she said something, and she made a reference to being the boss. I said, what makes you think you're the boss? She said, well, you tell everybody I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I
do. I'm gonna show my daughter this video, because that's exactly. She's like, you told me I'm the boss. You told me. I'm like, you know what?
You like,
until not right now. Right now, you need to listen to what I got to say. But that's something that she always tries to throw in my face.
Well, I'm glad that we're able to sit here to really just talk about fatherhood. Even though that may not be plastered across the headlines, or people don't come up and say, good job, Dad. Not that we're looking for it, but I think it's as men to be able to support each other, fathers of daughters in particular, raising them. I think that's a great thing. So you had your experience down there. You made your way back. You were in the media field, Comcast. We were talking about like that too.
Spotlight.
But you had a little forward thinking, and I think a lot of people run the risk of either not having forward thinking based on where they are and what they're doing, or having a forward thinking, AJ, and not acting on it. So where do you want to go with that?
It's funny you say that. I spent enough time in the media industry to realize that's not where my passion was.
But you're making money though.
Yeah, I was making money. I was making money, but at the same time, I wasn't happy. I wasn't getting up every day, like enjoying what I do, you know.
And the alarm clock, getting up and all that.
Yeah. Like now, what I do today, I can honestly say I am happy with that. This is a dream job. This is I find a sense of fulfillment getting up and doing what I do every day.
We're talking about being employed with Snap-Raise. I'm a little familiar with it. You were really great in being an ambassador, talking about it. And I will say this before you go into details about it so people can learn. Your personality helps with that too. Because just, in our meeting each other in the competitive space, competing, playing basketball, and just always being like cool and what's up. So when you talk about, hey, I'm involved with fundraising, help people, it kind of just goes with that, you know what I'm saying? So tell people about Snap-Raise so they can understand what that resource is.
Okay, so what Snap-Raise is it's literally a 100% donation based platform that gives coaches their time back to really be able to pour into their kids. And it also is what I believe, I thoroughly believe to be the best form of fundraising, because it's the easiest and it's the most efficient.
Well, how does it work?
So what we do is we get the kids, like whatever team or whatever team it is. Let's just say, prime example, I worked with Waverly Girls Basketball. Waverly Girls Basketball 2019-2020 season, okay? We find a reason behind what they're fundraising for, a cause behind what they, and then we promote that on their page. So we get them to get 20 emails from their biggest fans, okay? 20 emails from their biggest fans, and then we
it shouldn't be too hard individually if they really have a concerted effort and they dig.
Exactly, because what that's going to do is going to get them to collaborate with their parents, and their parents are going to have to kind of go through their phone, their Rolodex, and collect these emails. But what it also does is it also gives them a sense of accountability, because their teammates are also depending on them.
You can track it, obviously,
and you can track. Coach can track all of everybody that has their emails in. So if Susie doesn't have her 20 emails in, coach can say, hey, why don't you add these emails in, and hold them accountable. So being able to do that, and then literally we do that. I walk them through setting up their own personal pages. So they set
the team page and a personal page.
So they have personal profiles under this team page. So it's kind of like it's as simple as starting a Facebook page. So they'll give their names. They'll have their names, emails, little stuff like that.
Can they connect with it through their social media, or can they drive people to it?
Yep, they can share it on all social media sites. They get a link that they can send out via text messages. So they can share on the only social media sites we can share on right now are Twitter and Facebook. Just because you can actually click on the link with Instagram, you can't really click. You can't click on the link. You can't click on the link.
But Twitter and Facebook, we can go hard with that.
Yeah, definitely. And then I like to say a joke. I'm like, yes, old people are on Facebook. Like I said, we're the people with the money, and said we're on Facebook. We're not really on Instagram, and we're on Instagram and Snapchat.
Facebook is
y'all. So
Facebook is still hometown.
Exactly. So that's kind of like the running joke I like to use with with some of the kids and things like that. But with that, it gives them the opportunity to reach those fans that may not be in this community.
Sure.
So the aunt that's in Texas, my dad lives in Texas. I reached out to him about my daughter's fundraiser when I kind of explained to you I was doing a pizza fundraiser a couple years ago for her cheerleading, and he couldn't actually physically get the pizzas, but he sent me money to support her. He was like, he didn't want, a lot of people don't want to buy these products that they're not going to use.
Which almost can make the fundraiser, not be successful.
Exactly.
Because unlike people who say just take the money, some people not even believe in that. Say, I don't want it, so I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
And another thing I was going to say too about the method you guys are using, email. Email is so stalker proof. I even remember when I was single. I'm single again. That's another conversation. Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Right. Valentine's Day tomorrow. Right.
But I remember asking for an email address was less, invasive because, somebody sent me an email, but it's not like them blowing up my phone. So I think that's another great product. So when you were saying like, man, you get email address and you can connect it with social media. So that's great. So only teams can use it?
Not teams. We also work with aux groups. We work with, so like the bands, the orchestras and things like that. I mean, I had a school that I helped. They're actually going on a trip to Germany Germany. That I actually they raised some money for to kind of offset some costs for that Germany trip for an orchestra. So I mean, as long as there's a story and a narrative behind what we're raising the funds for, you're gonna have supporters.
It makes sense. Timeline, what is it like? I mean, you're talking about, does it take several? I remember we used to order that candy back in high school. And you're like, man, you don't get this candy, man. He's about to get out of school for the summer. So what's the timeline normally like?
So the timeline is only 28 days. So the campaign
28 days?
28 days.
Now, we had a conversation online, and you talked about a campaign that was 28 days, but you're saying all campaigns are approximately 28 days?
All the campaigns are 28 days. Unless there's something where we have to cut it short for whatever reason, but it's 28 days, and that's due to, we literally have a team, a data and analytics team that has done studies and case studies that said that the 28 days is literally, that's the perfect amount of time to be able to raise the most funds.
I mean, I know the answer to this one. We'll try to see what my acting skills are like. Okay, 28 days, but how long before you get the check? That might be the kicker.
So you look at about another 2 weeks after that. So about 45 days total.
What? Yeah. I mean, I already knew the answer, but I just think it's important for people to know if you're motivated. I think it's a great platform. I was somewhat familiar with it, and I think individuals like you are great ambassadors. So what's your overall goal with your work with this company, and what direction do you want to go with, and what do you want to see happen in the community that you're in?
So the main reason I started with them is because I have a passion for helping youth. Eventually I want to get into coaching, somewhere. With this right now, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to commit and pour into the kids that I need, that I know I need to. But to be able to pour into the community and also be able to give certain kids that may not have the resources to experience certain things in life.
Because you talk about a trip to Germany or something like that, and a kid may immediately say, well, I don't have the money, my family don't have the money, I can't do it.
Exactly. I mean, even some of the, with it being school of choice here, you have some kids going to, suburban, schools in the suburbs that may not have the resources that some of these other kids have. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to a team camp in the summer, we're going to Ohio for a team camp. They may not have ever seen outside of Michigan, so being able to give them those opportunities to be able to just
equalize it. Level the playing field.
And even with the inner city schools, that's where my real passion is. The Lansing School District, the school district that I was raised on, the one that I actually that's why I took the job, is because I want to help those kids, the kids at Sexton, the kids at Everett, Eastern, the ones that are dealing with they have the least amount of resources in this area. And if I can help them and put them in a position to where they can do things that they may not have been able to do before because of our platform, I mean, that's fulfilling enough in itself.
Well, and also too is giving them insight to the power of networking, because just one of them email addresses might blow everything up.
Man, listen, seriously, and that's another thing. I mean, because you never, with these emails during the video, we do like a little quick 30-second video, and in the video we actually have the kids read a little script, and it says, even if you can't donate, could you please share with your network and friends? So somebody that may not even be related to this particular person, but okay, well, we're at Waverly, so I went to Waverly. This person went to Waverly. I'm going to support because I played basketball for them 20 years ago. Things like that, like giving people that window, we're reaching, we have global donors. We have people that are donating from China, from Japan, from Germany, from Africa, everywhere. So if we can touch and get support from people outside of this community that want to actually help, I mean, why not? Sky's the limit.
Because sometimes we think that our network is only limited to people we see and touch.
Exactly.
That we can reach, that we can drive and catch. But if you talk about the World Wide Web and the internet and being able to share that message, you can do it. I'm inspired by it already. I'm thinking about a number of things that I think can be helpful, because just like it's almost like the people we want to serve can't really afford our services, and then you don't want to set yourself back. But then it seems like Snap-Raise is an excellent resource. I'm going to say the website, and I'm going to put up on the screen too, so people can check that out. www.snap-raise.com. And can I give them your email address too?
Please.
Aarien at Aarien at snap-raise.com, and that's going to be on the screen as I said, and definitely be a resource. So before we keep going, just give me a little bit of feedback on what's the next things you want to do. Do you go all year round with this?
Yes, I'm year round. So how it works though is typically we have kind of busier seasons. So right now we're getting into the spring sports. So we'll be working with a lot of baseball, track, lacrosse, girls soccer teams, all the spring golf, boys golf, and then during the summer it kind of dies down. We start dealing with some of the team like the competitive cheer teams and some of those things, and then the fall picks up. So in August we get kind of crazy because fall sports are picking up, and then in the winter, November, November, December, it kind of gets crazy. So really, I love it because for one, I'm out. When they told me I can get paid for talking sports and going to talk about sports all day, I'm like, I watch First Take and Skip and Shannon, so I'm like, I would do that for free. When you're telling me I can go talk to people about sports and get paid for it,
and make an impact too,
and then make an impact with these kids, like it was a no-brainer to me. So being able to do that, man, so the next step is, man, just honestly just expanding. Expanding. I'm expanding to the Flint area. I have some roots there too. My father.
I got some context for you.
Man, my father's from Flint, so I have roots. I spent a lot of my life in like the Flintstones. I grew up around Mo Cleves, Mo Pete, and all those guys. So going to their camps and stuff like that. So I have roots, there too. So for me going out there, like I'm super excited because that just kind of happened over the last really 2 weeks.
Oh wow!
So just being able to kind of dive into that and start reaching out to some of these contacts and things like that I have out there. I'm getting super excited about that as well.
Well, we're going to do everything we can to promote what you're doing, Mr. Aarien. AJ Johnson, his title is Market Development Manager for Snap-Raise. Is a great resource. Again, that's www.snap-raise.com. He's here over at Waverly. We're here at Waverly. We're getting ready to promote the Waverly DeWitt game, which will be Tuesday the 18th. And then on Friday the 21st will be a big reunion game where you have the 20-year anniversary of the 2000 Waverly State Champions coming in, and they're going to be playing Everett. So it's going to be a program of champions coming together, and we want to just keep supporting the Seize the Aqua campaign, which is an anti-suicide campaign that Sports Psychology Solutions, along with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, is involved in. We got a big Capital Day on March 5th, Thursday, and we have some more information about that. So I'll just give you the mic one more time just to sign off, and we hear your voice as a last.
Man, I just want to say thank you, man, for just even letting me use your platform to share some of my goals and aspirations, man. I appreciate what you're doing. Mental health is everything. Mental health is everything, especially just seeing the suicide rates and just seeing these kids, like depression is real.
We didn't have to deal with it like that.
We didn't have to. We didn't have to deal. Like we didn't really deal with that.
I don't think we did.
Or we were kind of, I guess, sheltered and kind of forced to, I wouldn't say forced, but kind of, it was we were kind of, I'm trying to think of the word, like, it was frowned upon if we showed emotion. So
it was frowned upon. It wasn't glorified, and that's a word I got to be careful with. But they even say you have to be careful that if unfortunately a kid commits suicide, not to even create any type of mural or any type of place to kind of worship them, because some kids may look at look at the attention. I'm not trying to be inconsiderate when I say that, but it's just different generationally. But that's one of the things we're working on to try to get the word out out there to talk about providing some suicide prevention training, some advocacy work, and a number of things. So, you know, Snap-Raise is a great resource. It's out there for a number of things.
Man, if there's anything, you know, we can do, like, I'm sure, you know, my company, like, when I say they are big on, you know, just helping stuff, especially stuff like this, man,
Sure.
I'm sure we can do some type of collaboration,
maybe,
man,
well,
or even sponsoring something.
Right, when people are doing the right thing, there's always a way for things to come together.
Absolutely.
So with that, I appreciate you, man. Sorry we can't get on the court. I don't think you bumping with this guy down in the post.
Yeah, man, I'm there practicing having a game right now. So yeah, man, my knees aren't fit for that right now.
Good. We're gonna sign off, and we'll see you guys soon. And thanks for supporting SPS, and also looking out for Snap-Raise. See you guys soon.
Thank you.
That's right, folks. Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building on southwest side of Detroit. How do you hit a free throw? How do you finish strong? That's important. But the other part of the spectrum is
always packed, always loud, always crazy. So it's a tough place to play in. You gotta go in there with a mindset.
So I'll be in there tomorrow. That's really my motivation. Is I want to be like Gabe Brown. Gabe Brown shoots like